Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Siboni. I'm the founder of Luxurynsight. Today we're very happy to launch this new series of podcasts in partnership with fashionnetwork.com. We are also happy to welcome Victoria Thomas, a designer duo who created their brand in 2012. They're going to talk to us about their experience and story in the fashion industry and their progressive move towards circular fashion. So great podcast.
Today's podcast of Fashion Network and Luxurynsight, and I'm Godfrey Deeny, the editor-in-chief of Fashion Network, and I'm talking to two young designers of a brand called Victoria Feldman and Tomas Berzin, who've caused a lot of excitement here in Paris. It's an intriguing new made in France mark with lots of ideas, who've shown in Paris on the runway and the official calendar. So let's begin at the beginning. Where are you from, and when did you first either of you got the idea of being a designer?
Good morning.
Okay.
I'm half French, half Russian. I was born in Moscow, but biggest part of my life I'm living in France. My family is here. They were in south of France. Now they moved to Paris to be closer to us. And we met with Thomas 12 years ago. We still cannot believe that it's already 12. But we were super young. And
Where are you from?
I'm from Latvia, from the Baltic state.
Oh, wow.
And
the capital from
Riga.
Riga,
Yeah.
Yes. I've been to Riga Fashion Week,
really?
so yes, beautiful city.
It's nice. You should go now. It's quite interesting to do the tourism there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Amazing
city.
restaurants.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I came to France to study fashion.
Where?
And in ESMOD in Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
we met there.
So we met there in the end of the first grade, I think. We started in the same year.
Quite close to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of blocks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Square du Temple.
Yeah, but I think it was Rue de la Rochefoucauld.
The one that you talk about, this is the ISEM, I think. It's
Oh,
the
yes,
business-
sorry.
the
You're
market.
on Rue de la Rochefoucauld. Okay, you're over in the 9th.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great school.
Very beautiful inside.
So you met there.
Yes.
In the end of the first grade, and we met in the computer class accidentally. And I was doing something for my project, and she was sitting with her friend, and we catched each other, with the eyes. And in a few days, we started to chat, and then the rest is history.
Yes, we realized that we have the same vision, and I think during the second year of studies, we start to talk about our own brand. And Thomas was 19 years, something like that. I was 21, I think. And we created the name, the logo, and we still have the same logo, the same typography. So we were always focused on launch the brand.
Even before that, when did you first get the idea you wanted to be in fashion?
We don't have a story like when I was 5 years old, I was doing dresses for my dolls. Actually, not at all. When I was a little girl, I want to be an actress, a singer, and it was my big dream. But when I start to sing, I said, okay, no, I will not waste my time. It's not my thing. And I said that I want to be a designer. I want just to create something. I don't know, designer of furniture. I was not thinking about clothes. And my father said, so you have to learn how to draw, because each designer have to draw to express their ideas. So I went to art school in Moscow, and then when we moved to France, I was in art school in south of France, not far from Lyon. I did not finish this school because I realized that I don't want to be a painter, because it was more, art school. And it was just one evening when I said, okay, I want to do clothes. I was 17 years old, and I moved to Paris. I asked to my parents that I want to go to Paris and learn fashion.
And they said yes.
They said yes. I remember because I called all schools because I want to prove them that I'm ready to leave parents' house and be alone. And I came, I was crying. I want to do fashion. I want to go to Paris. And they said, yeah, sure, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. I'm very lucky.
Totally different story. Absolutely different. My story was more spontaneous. I didn't know what to do after school. I didn't even finish school because in Riga we have 12 grades.
Yes.
I finished 10, and I was too bored to live in this small town like this. And I was.
You're from Riga.
I'm from Riga.
You're from the capital,
exactly.
yeah.
From the capital. We were partying a lot with my friends. You know, we were like rebel guys. You know, and we were like, during one party we said, okay, let's be serious. What we're gonna do after it's over, you know, when we're gonna be like 25, you know, where we're gonna be. And someone told, yeah, but you guys like to dress up, you know, you go to clubs, you like fashion, you know, go to fashion, do some fashion. I said, yeah, let's do that. And for me, fashion was more like coming to my life more from the side of my mother, because she has amazing taste, and
she was a model when
she was a model back in the day, and she gave me this kind of sensibility of clothes. Despite the fact that my mom gave me this, I was always like, I wanted to leave the country and I wanted some adventures. So someone told guys, do fashion, and we said, yeah, that was the first thing that we heard, and we started to research how we can do that. So we found the school. I asked my family to support me financially a little bit, you know, to pay the school. And we went to Paris to do exams. It was one of the first schools that we found. And me and my friend, we went together.
You have somewhat similar paths because you're both Eastern European. Do you speak Russian to each other?
Yes,
yeah.
Sometimes.
That's the common language that you speak
exactly.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you first got the idea of working together, it seems quite organic from what you say. How did you define already the brand? What was your vision? That you must have talked about that quite a lot.
I think we didn't look at this from the perspective of business in the beginning. We said that we just want to do the same project together, just to combine forces. And together it's more easy, you know, we always have a dialogue. We discuss a lot. We have different visions sometimes, and I think it's beautiful to mix them and find a compromise between two. And when it came to business, we started to realize that we have a dialogue business-wise as well. So it was very organic.
Yeah, and we always wanted to create something that is coming from us, something natural. So it was not, okay, let's create a story or like not natural inspiration. So we said, let's be honest and transparent. You are a man, I'm a woman, we're living in Paris, we are living and working together. So let's talk about this. And let's combine our two visions and do something that is easy for us to share with everybody.
Okay, now you've had the brand. When did you first launch it?
We launched in September 2012.
Oh, okay. Well, already. When you were what, 18? No, not quite.
Thomas,
20.
20.
Yes.
And you created a company.
Yes.
You registered the brand and you
Yes.
created a company in France.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, okay.
But you know,
And what was your first office?
the first office was
your bedroom, was it? No,
in
right.
yes,
right.
kitchen bedroom. No, we were living in 30 square meters apartment at Rue de Paradis.
In the
10th.
Okay.
It was À l'époque, it was not Rue de Paradis as it is today. It was, there were nothing like...
no restaurants, no nice cafe.
Today, it's a very fancy street, but before
it's a happening street, yeah.
Yeah, but, for our first Christmas together, we decided to make each other a present, and we bought an industrial machine.
Oh, you did?
And we're still having
sewing
this
machine.
Yes,
yeah. The big one with the big table, to make things faster.
Just make things.
Yes, because at school it's impossible to make nice clothes when you're working on a plastic machine.
You said that you study sketching. Your father said, "Are you either you're good at sketching, at illustration?"
I think in the beginning it was better because we skipped this part. I think with time, we started to focus more on the clothes itself to if we have an idea, we go straight to the pattern making.
Well, that's the modern designer, because I'm a little bit older than you, so I've interviewed Karl Lagerfeld and Saint Laurent Valentino, the famous people of another era, and they were fantastic illustrators.
Yes.
They were fine artists themselves.
Yes.
But if you meet someone like Tom Ford or Jonathan Anderson, I can draw better than them. So maybe you represent your generation.
I think that we have sketches that can speak to our team, so they will understand the idea, because I know sketches from Karl Lagerfeld. It's very artistic, and I'm super impressed about the team when they realize the silhouette, and it looks like on the sketch, but real close. But I think that our sketches are not to put on the wall in the frame. It's more technical.
Depends which wall you're gonna use.
Yes, and we don't have a passion to make beautiful sketch. We're like sketching. Okay, let's go do the clothes.
So it was in the making of the collection that you found what you wanted to do.
Yes, and not in the making of one season. I think it was during the years because we had zero experience. I mean, Thomas worked a little bit in New York for Alexander Wang. And,
you did?
Yeah.
What, a year?
Half a year.
In Soho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Broadway,
On Broadway. And you learned much?
I learned, I should say, a lot, because I mainly spent time in the room with the sewers.
With this, with
the seamstresses, and they teach me a lot of things. The tools you need to use for the machines, the techniques. I learned a lot, but it was enough to launch the brand. I didn't want to spend another year there, for example.
But you didn't really spend much time with Alexander Wang in the design studio, not much.
No. I was an intern more than a worker.
Maybe as well. So you kept your own ideas. It wasn't influenced too much by him. No,
I don't think so.
I think it was more technical part that you learned.
And you came straight from school too.
Yes.
Were you in the same year in school?
Yeah. We were in the same class for the
class,
last year, and we asked the direction of the school to make one project, one collection for
a team project instead of doing single project each of us. So we were fighting for that.
So somewhere we have a photo from the exams where we have like Victoria Thomas, the logo, the silhouettes, and us, baby us.
Tell me though, quite a few years ago, but how would you define your DNA of your brand? What does it stand for? Designers always say they stand for certain things. What do you think you stand for?
We were always saying that we stand for equality between the man and the woman, that we are really 50-50.
That's a nice question. That's a nice question. But I think we change with time.
Yeah.
And we always stand for the dialogue between us.
Yes.
This is the most interesting that we have. Our life, the personal life and the work life, it's really a mix. The line is blurred completely. So it became our life. So we stand for creativity. We need to be original. We need to find our own vocabulary for the clothes. And I think now with the last season, we finally found it, because we decided to do the complete reversible collection. And I think today, for ecology, for sustainability, for consummation, it's very important, because this speaks today. And the people can consume less but get more from our collections.
Good. I think it was 2014 you went to Hyères, is that right? Or I got the date right?
13,
2013,
yes.
where you were...
we were
I think the youngest ever finalist or something. Is that right?
Yes, Thomas.
That's true.
Thomas, yeah. How important was that, and how did that make you feel?
It was an amazing experience, and it was the first ever, because we don't have any context back in the day. And when we sent our dossier, our candidature, we said, okay, no, we're not gonna make it. And I remember the evening when Jean-Pierre called us to announce that we will be the finalists. I remember it was a very strange day. We were fighting all
day long.
all the day. And he called at the evening, and he was super excited. He said, congratulations, you are finalists. I was like, okay, thank you. Because I was not in the mood. And then I said, oh my God, we are finalists.
Yeah, then we realized that we were in finals.
The whole experience, even we were not the winners, but we won much more than the first place. We had an amazing coverage in the press, a lot of context, and I don't know, we're super happy to be a part of the Hyères family, because we're trying to go back. It's hard to make it every year, but for
every time we go there, it's a
anniversaries,
pleasure.
yes.
But we made a lot of contacts there, and the people we met there, we still are friends with.
Yes.
So it's really
We
nice.
learned a lot, and it started with Hyères. For us,
it was a starting
somehow.
point also for even presenting the clothes in front of people, in front of professionals. It's very important experience, and I was stressed as hell in front of the jury, because I'm not a speaker a good speaker, you know.
And we were number 10 to
and we were the last
Yes.
So
in
you
the
just
line.
sit there and sweat.
Yes.
Horrible.
Yes.
But after that, you know, it kind of made us stronger.
You presented a collection made in a very specific fabric, isn't that right?
Yes. We decided to make a special collection for Hyères, and we wanted to make it in leather, more artisanal.
You know, we need to mention about this. We had already the commercial collections back then. We already did the showroom. We were already selling clothes to the clients, and the easy way it would be just taking the existing collection and presenting it there. But for us, it was more interesting to create something artisanal, especially for this occasion.
Even for us to mark this part of our life, because we still have the collection in the archives.
You didn't sell that collection? You didn't try to sell it?
No, we sold one piece because at the time we need money, and someone said, oh, I want to buy this jacket, and then we sold this piece, and I regret. I hope to find this person and buy it back.
Yeah, but we can reproduce it.
Then you began to develop commercially, and fairly quickly you began to get orders.
Yes.
What was the breakout? What was the moment you realized that you could? Someone bought from you, realized you could make it into a successful commercial business?
I think it was the first season at Designer's Apartment.
It was Colette who bought the first.
Yes, because we started with the multi-brand showroom, and as we were a very, very small brand, they were not interested in us. Yeah. And we met Patricia Laura at Hyères, and at the time they were starting the designer's apartment with
yeah.
the Fédération de la Haute Couture.
Ouais.
And they took us there. And it was completely different of a multi-brand showroom because we were also not only designers, but we were commercials. We were selling the collection, presenting to buyers. And I think at the season when it was Colette, it was Le Bon Marché, it was a very nice Korean concept stores that came and bought the season.
This I think this we will remember for the
Yes.
whole life because it was the week of sales,
Yeah.
and every day someone amazing store every day was ordering our
Yeah.
collection. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
crazy.
And when I'm curious, what sort of order would they make? How big an order would they make? How many pieces?
It was I don't remember exactly the quantity
Yeah.
of the pieces, but it was a good order. It was not 10, 12 pieces. I think that for Colette, they took around 30, 40 pieses, maybe 50 maximum. But I remember when I saw Sarah and I see, oh, she's coming to us. And she came, as always, she was super busy, no time. She just saw the collection. She said, okay, send me the lookbook and line sheet and we will see what we can do. And I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, but she did not took notes. Maybe she will not place an order. And then when she sent the order, I was jumping. I was super happy. And I remember that the collection went sold out in 2 weeks. And because we were following on their website and it was like sold out. We were like, oh my God.
And where are you now? Where are you based? You're not still in the same 30 meters, are you, in Rue de Paradis?
No, after 30 meters, we moved to south of France because my parents were living there.
Where?
It was not far between Valence and Lyon, Drôme, Rhône-Alpes.
Yeah.
It was like a countryside.
Yes, very
Rural,
inspiring.
proper rural France. Yeah.
Yeah. And they had an extra space and they said, why would you stay in 30 meters in Paris when you can have more and develop the collection properly in not 30 meters. So we moved there and we said the day when we will feel stronger, we will come back to Paris to have our own atelier. And it took us 3 years, something like that. And now we are based in 19th. We have separately our atelier and our apartment, our home with Thomas. So we're very happy.
We have a nice industrial building with several lots. You have a possibility to get another space when you are ready. So it's very nice to develop brand in this kind of building.
Yeah.
Because we have a surface that is not the biggest, but it's enough for today. But tomorrow we can get another one there.
And how many stores do you sell in now today?
I think 50, 55, 50.
Oh, it's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
And when did you do your first show? Your first proper runway show?
It's spring, summer...
18.
18?
Yes, 3 years ago.
But it wasn't in the center, it was... where did you
No, it was à l'Université de Médecine.
Medical school.
Yes.
It was at Rive Gauche.
Yeah, it was Saint-Germain.
Right in the middle of town.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It
that.
was. We always try to find the good locations to...
Central, to make it easy for people.
Yes, sure. I think it's important. Plus, with the schedule, when everybody is always running, if we can make it easier, why not?
Who are the designers you admire, dead or alive?
I respect a lot of designers. So if I'm gonna start mentioning everyone, it will take us an hour.
I think that we are traumatized to say some names because once we said some name and it was not understood correctly. No, but I'm a big fan of Martin Margiela.
Oh, good.
Of
Conceptual fashion.
Yes. when I'm looking at the clothes, I'm like, this is so genius and so easy, you know, you're not going very far to find an idea. And when you're looking on these complicated clothes, you're thinking, okay, but everybody can have this idea because it's super easy to take, I don't know, the bottle and yes, and make a heel. But only a very smart and genius person can have this idea.
Yeah, me maybe as a company, not maybe design wise, but as a company, I like Hermes because Hermes is like self. There is nobody else. It's just Hermes. You know, it stands by itself.
Like a
so
heritage division.
Exactly, like family. I like this kind of thing for the company. It feels more strong, I think. Of course, Japanese designers are amazing. You know, I used to watch a lot of Japanese designers back in the day when I was in school. I love hybrid conceptual clothes as well.
And you'd go to shows. You would try and get into shows like students. Could you do that?
Today,
when you were
students, or back in
when you were students, were you able to?
No,
Today.
Today, were you able to get? Were you able to get into shows?
I was working as a dresser, as all students in Paris.
For whom did you work?
I worked for Rico Owens, for Giorgio Armani when he was presenting in Paris.
Privé, the couture.
Yes, it was 10 years ago.
Okay.
You did McQueen, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
McQueen?
Yes. But, you know, I did not...
With Alexander?
Yes, and it was not only the show. Because they moved, you know, I don't remember exactly the season, but it's the season when they had like a big mountain of trash and all models wore red lips with like canette on their heads. It was like a black, white, red collection with all birds. And the whole team came to Paris to finalize the collection. And I was working like 4 or 5 days before the show on finalizing everything with Alexander.
Wow.
Like, I was not obviously his right hand, but I saw how he's working and it was so inspiring. I was at the first year. It was even before that we met.
How meticulous he was, how exact he wanted. He wanted the way he wanted.
Yeah. No, I saw like he and Sarah, they're doing all finishings, how they're choosing models. I mean, I was working with the seamstressers, with the modelists to finalize something, to adjust some dresses. So it was the very first experience in fashion. And then obviously I made the show, I made Ungaro, because 10 years ago Ungaro was a very, very big show.
You did a lot of things.
Yes.
Was it with Giambattista Valli?
I guess so. It was 2009.
Wasn't Lindsay Lohan, I hope. So you had quite a lot of hands-on experience.
Yes.
With prestigious and interesting and important designers.
Yes.
Oh, that was good. Fashion is a curious industry for that reason, that you can do that. There's very few other industries you can go and do that. Work so directly with the great talent if you're a student.
Yes.
Where do you see your brand? Where do you want your brand to be, your fashion house to be in 5 years?
It's a very tricky question in a pandemic time.
It's a very tricky time.
Yes, we don't know what's going to happen in 1 month. But if we stay positive and I hope that we can grow as a team, because today we stay a small team, and now we just started to make our own production. So I hope that our production part will be bigger.
For now, we want to keep everything in-house. The production, we want to really build our own production line, and this is very important step, because it's a totally different kind of way of making business and organizing people. And what we want to do is to control from A to Z all the process, because we used to work with factories and many people, and as soon as someone is touching our pieces, something goes wrong. So for now, we want to control the process, and if we can build like a big atelier, production atelier in our building and have a bigger design team, that would be amazing.
But this is more a technical part. I think we need to build more about our reversible concept. So it was just one season that was presented. Now we are preparing the winter collection. So we have a lot of things to do in terms of reversible, in terms of consummation of all these sustainable movement.
How do you respond to the sustainable? In what way have you made your brand more sustainable?
Making this new concept, I think it means already a lot, because instead of 2 pieces, we do 1 piece. Also, we use absolutely different kind of fabric. We try to research on the eco fabrics, the recycled fabrics.
But I think that today it's a normal process in fashion to be eco-responsible. And during the first lockdown, we were thinking how to change, and we thought that people are buying a lot and they don't need that much clothes, and that's how we came with the idea of reversible, because it's not only that you buy a shirt and you have 2 colors of shirt. What we are doing 2 completely different sides. For example, from one side you will have a shirt to go to the office, and on another side it will be more like an evening blouse. Or when you buy, a trench coat for fall, you are always asking, should I buy it in camel color or black color? And sometimes you are buying both, and we want to make you buy less but have more. And I think this is the big changes to make in general in fashion.
Also in terms of transportation and making things outside of France, it also have an impact on ecology.
When you say made in France, where in France do you make the clothes?
So for now it's in 19.
In Paris, yes.
In Paris. And
but you use outside, you don't make it all the clothes yourselves, do you?
No, it's our team that is
makes,
producing. Yeah. Our team is getting bigger. Nothing outside except bags, because we can do bags and shoes.
So you must have a big team now. How many people work for you?
We are around 10.
Okay. So it's not a huge. Yeah. It's not a huge team, but very fast.
You manufacture your collection all here in the 19th.
Yes.
Where in the 19th? What metro?
It's very close to Butte-Chaumont.
Okay.
You see
You're very trendy. Again.
Yeah, we're based there for 3 years, and now finally 19 is becoming a very trendy place to go.
Finally, these series are all about change. I'd like you to talk about what you think, how fashion has changed since you both began. You first came to Paris, 10 years you're here roughly, is that right? Mm-hmm. And then how you see fashion changing over the next 5 or 10 years?
I think that the consumer now have more access to the information than 10 years ago, because 10 years ago it was no Instagram, no social media as we know it today. I don't know, today you can go to Google, you can find all information about how the fabric is made, how the production is made. And I think that today, more than ever, you can't lie to the consumer. So everyone is smart.
The consumer became more intelligent, I think, and they have a better understanding of the value of the piece, and they will think 10 times before they're gonna buy. So we need to propose a real good design and a very good functionality of the piece. Or it can be a super image piece, very artisanal. But also, I think we need to think about the price point as well.
Yeah.
It's a very important thing.
And 10 years ago, the mass market was at its best times, because you would buy a piece just to wear it for one evening and forget about it. Today, it's not the same. Today, you don't want to buy a piece to wear just one time. You don't want to throw it out. You want to resell it or give a second life. So I think it's a completely different world. And in 10 years, it will be better, I hope. Yeah. Even better.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's quite a lot. Victoria, Feldman and Tomas Berzin, thank you very much for finding the time to talk to us.
Thank you. It was a big pleasure.
And the best of luck on building a career. It's great that there's a young generation in Paris that are determined to build young, interesting brands that have an honest relationship with their fans and their consumers.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going to do our best.